Hey guys, just like I promised you in the last video, I'll be going a bit more in depth on the changes made in the Battles 3.9 update, as well as addressing a few other features I forgot to mention in the last one. So let me just do the latter first. Did you notice anything different in the tower selection screen? If you didn't, then I would suggest seeing your optometrist, because it's impossible to miss. And that is this: the game actually shows your total wins and losses now instead of win percentage. WTF did Ninja Kiwi finally listen to my constant tears and begging, and do what I've been waiting months for? Well, not really. Your opponent's win-loss is still hidden and only shows win percentage. So at the end of the day, this change is completely useless because you can already see your own win-loss on the home page, but the people you play against cannot, and you can't see theirs either, which was the main problem in the first place. Geez, thanks for getting my hopes up, Ninja Kiwi. Literally all you needed to do was fix a few lines of code and this update would have been a 5 out of 5 for me. I mean, if you already fixed the code to show total wins and losses on your own side, it shouldn't be hard to do the same for the opponent, right? Now the tower select screen just looks awkward as hell cause they aren't symmetrical in the information they show. Sigh. On a somewhat brighter, let's just go a bit more in depth on those new power cards. Remember how I gave you a link to the past ISAB with all its information in the last video? Yeah, I'll give a brief rundown on each of the current power cards, which only 2 of those on the list are out at the moment. And that's the Juggler Launch and Bounty, which is next week's card. Starting off with Juggler Launch, for $1,200 you can spawn a bunch of Juggernaut balls that fall down from the screen. I wish I had the card right now so I could show you how it looks like, but 20 wins to unlock that shit. Good try, Ninja Kiwi, but you're not gonna force me to play boring and meaningless card games just for this silly card when I can just as easily hack the game to unlock them, Kappa. But yeah, basically the spike balls are just like the Dark Monkey Juggernauts one, but with what I presume is infinite popping power, and they all come down in a line from the top of the screen to the bottom. Obviously I can't give my thoughts on it since I never used this card yet, but according to some people it's extremely strong for its price, especially on short maps cause the spiked balls will cover every part of the track no matter what. Next up is the Bounty card, which grants you an instant plus 30 eco as well as $1 for every balloon pop for a cost of $1,000. If you do bring this card, then personally I would treat it just like an early game eco card except for the fact it grants the extra money per balloon pop. I like to think of it this way. Generally speaking, a 30 eco card for $600 is a great deal, so if you assume this going rate for Bounty, then that means the balloon popping passive is $400, so to break even you need to pop at least 400 balloons in 10 seconds. This means to maximize your eco, the best time to use this card is when your opponent is sending eco balloons at you. Now 400 pops in 10 seconds is quite a hefty amount in the early game, but if we account for the fact that this card gains effectiveness the further in the game you go, it sounds like an amazing eco card. The only problem is finding a card to replace since you're essentially sacrificing a whole tower slot. Now for the unreleased cards. Chain Lightning. For $900 it will fire 6 bolts that takes 2 layers off each balloon in rapid succession. There's only so much information you can get about this card from just reading the text, so with that said I will wait before talking about this card again. Cleansing Bomb. Sprays white gooey foam all over the track, removing the camo and regrow status from the balloons. Shit, I think the guy forgot to put the price here, so I really don't know how useful this card is until then. Kidnap. $1,000 to sell an opponent's tower, where they get all their money back. It definitely wasn't the type of card I thought it would be, LOL. Sounds like a card that would steal an opponent's tower and put it on your side, don't you think? Which would be overpowered but still, fitting for a name like that. Anyways, I could certainly see this card being useful if you use it to take away someone's laser cannon defense and then all out him on round 13 or so, and bank on the fact he doesn't have another laser cannon in his hand he could place. And in the late game too, just think about all the ways you can fuck with your opponent and forcefully make them sell towers they worked so hard to place down. So I'm telling you guys now, once this card comes out, watch out for a video or two about all the crazy things you can do with it. There's still a few more power cards to discuss, but I'll hold it for next video because I want to end the commentary off with another topic, Bloons Super Monkey 2. If you aren't aware of yet, the game has finally been released. To one person. Can you guess who that person is? Their name starts with S, and ends with Super Jabambo 2. That's right, it's Sergeant Loa per Jabambo 2, and he's the only non-Ninja Kiwi person who has access to the game as far as I can tell, so he gets a head start in stealing me, Tyler, Candy, and everyone else's potential BSM2 video views. Half kappa. But damn, it's a real bummer that us other YouTubers are left in the dust. Obviously things can change within the blink of an eye, and for example they'll suddenly give me access right after finishing the commentary, which in that case never mind. But still, I haven't heard of any word that the game is ready, so I can only assume it isn't in the beta stage yet, and Chris only got access cause someone close to him from NK gave it to him, who I obviously haven't had contact with. Just felt like bringing that up just cause it looks like the type of game you viewers would thoroughly enjoy, and so would I, cause it allows me to rake in mad views and money while still having fun playing a new game, the perfect combination for any gaming YouTuber in 2016. Guess I just have to wait a little longer to savor that moment. For now you'll just have to live with more battles for about the 131st time, according to the amount of videos in my Battles mobile playlist. Thank you all for watching again. A weekly reminder that school has started, so I'll have a bit more focus on getting a higher GPA instead of higher YouTube views. But I'll do my bestest to juggle both along with everything else. Have a part day.